Welcome, welcome. I'm irritated and I can't sleep. Do me a favor, hit the like button, especially if you're not gonna say nothing. Hit the like or take a hike. So I guess I'll be like in here talking to myself, which is cool. But yeah, I'm a little irritated because I was in these white people chats or whatever, right? And so, I've been going in these people chats for a few weeks now, and I dropped down in everything, and they haven't really said nothing racist or whatever. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first started seeing these people, I'm like, yo, they don't like I don't think they like my kind. So I started dropping down in the chat. I even hit the people panel or whatever, and they act like they accepted me or whatnot. I actually had one up on a panel because they was low key making fun of like Mexicans, and so they had made this joke or whatnot, talking about like, oh, we gonna put some white picket fences at the border and put some barbed wire fence barbed wire around the fence, and they just was laughing, and I'm like, what the heck? That's not funny at all. So I go up on the panel like, bow. Like, so what y'all talking about? Like, why y'all talking about putting barbed wire on white picket fences at the border? They thought it was funny, and they was talking about how they don't like illegal immigrants coming over the border and how much of a nuisance it is. And I'm on a panel, and I'm like, yo, have you ever like seen the conditions that they trying to escape from? Like, I'm pretty sure it's a reason as to why they trying to escape from um this the dynamics that they living in or whatnot. And so they were like, yeah, I've been to Mexico. I live right on the border. And it was like, we don't have a problem with people coming over legally. It's the ones that's coming illegally, right? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. All right, that's fine. You could be in the bushes. So yeah, so they all talking about making these little jokes about the Mexicans or whatever. And I didn't really go in or nothing because like I'm not Mexican, so it ain't really my fight. But um, I kind of just sat around, listened to them a few more days, and then vow. They talk about the no. So the dude had a Confederate flag hanging up in the back of his like on his wall in his house. Hey, good morning, Huggy Effect. I don't know, Pasino. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just ranting right now. And so, anyways, yeah. So I go in the chat. It's a panel full of white folks, old white people, or whatever. And dude had a Confederate flag on the back of his wall. So I'm in the chat like, bow, like, yo, is that a Confederate flag? And so, he kind of tried to make light of it, basically saying like, "Oh, this was Alabama's flag and it was banned." Come to find out, he didn't even know what he was talking about. It was Mississippi that that still had that Confederate flag and they ended up banning it in 2016, I believe it was. But he had to go look up on Google or whatever, and then come back, trying to state, you know, his what he thought was facts. And I'm like, okay, but why you got it hanging up in your house? Like when it represents white supremacy as well as slavery, and he's like, oh, these these stars represent so and so, and the X represents so and so, and I'm like, okay, so you really like not gonna stand on the fact that you got a whole Confederate flag hanging up in your background? Like if you racist, just stand on that. Like that's what I don't get. Like y'all want to sit around and parade like y'all don't, yeah, like y'all these type of individuals, but instead like stand on it. Like don't hide behind it. So I started pushing the dude buttons or whatever because, I started saying like little stuff because they got to talking about Juneteenth and everything, like talking about how, oh, we don't know what we're talking about and we celebrate Juneteenth and not knowing that, Kentucky still has slavery going on 2 years after the date. And so I'm trying to type. Oh wait, did I get? Cause they timed me out. They tried to silence me, and so so the dude with the Confederate flag, he was reading my comments, so he started getting angry. I don't think he knew I was black. I think he thought I was like, cause he called me a Karen. Yeah, he called. What's up, James? How you doing? I'm talking about these white people. I went on a dang panel the other day because they was talking about Mexicans and the border and putting up white picket fences and barbed wire. But today I seen one of the dudes on the panel. The dude had a whole Confederate flag hanging up in his house. And so, I'm telling him what it stands for, and he telling me that ain't what it means. And if it ain't what it means, why you got it like this whole patriotism, like they use this whole racism, like they racist, but they try to hide behind being a behind being a, well, how do you say it, a patriot. Oh, I'm patriotic, and it's the red, white, and blue, and I believe in freedom. What? Like, if that was the case, why would you have a whole freaking Confederate flag hanging up in the back of your house? So I ain't gonna hold you. It pissed me off. So anyway, so I said something that triggered the old boy, and he just started going off on me. Talking about I don't know history, and it was white slaves, and you know why am I making it about the black people? And it was just crazy, man. It was so crazy. And so this other little white dude, I would explain it in details, but it's not a symbolism of racism, but later used by others who were racist. Okay, yes, that is okay. I can take that, right? It's a misinterpretation of it. Not that I care though. Okay, okay, so that is true, right? That initially the flag, I guess, wasn't created for that per se, but it was then taken, and all right, I get that, and so, but that ain't how he explained it. We could have agreed to disagree. He had his point, I had mine, and if you were not racist, then just if that's not why you had it, then say that. But when he started responding, it was like on some cocky stuff, like yeah, they were yeah, it was tough. Let me see. What's up, Looney? How you doing? James said, what's up? I'm indigenous, melanated man who is Choctaw Indian, but definitely not black or African. I think I got some Indian in me too. No. So my father said, now what tribe? I have the slightest idea. Here for the T-sis, racism always shows. I mean, yes, I'm telling you, it was showing. They blocked me. I couldn't even talk no more. So they silenced me and continued to talk crap, talking about, oh, they should have a freedom of speech. And I came in there like I was coming in there to pick a fight. Like, I didn't come picking no fight. I just asked a question. Hey, is that this? Doesn't that represent this? They chose to take it there, like, well, maybe like two people, not everybody on the panel. But quiet as kept, they all low key racist. I don't care about none of that. Because even later on down in the conversation, it was like they kept on. Somebody in the chat gonna say, "I was always nice to that girl," and so I had to go. So after my timeout had finished, I had to hit her. I had to hit old girl up like, uh, I didn't say nothing out the way to you. Like, what you mean? Like, I was nice to you too. So I don't understand what that comment was for. Like, what I had going on with the people on the panel don't have nothing to do with you. Like, unless you feeling guilty by association. Uh, the Ottoman Empire used the star and crescent moon flag in battle, but later Muslims used it in battle, and some assume that those symbols represent Islam, which is false. Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen that symbol before. Here for the tea, definitely some weirdos. So yeah, I was a little mad because they blocked me or whatever. They wouldn't let me say my points. They wouldn't let me say my opinion. Like nothing. They just silenced me. I started to try to hit their panel, but I knew they wasn't gonna let me up. Those symbols also represent vice lords, Black Peace Stone Nation, and other people nations set under the 5-point star. Oh man, you going into some stuff I don't have the slightest idea about. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't have the slightest idea. But it's 12 o'clock where I'm at. So that means that it's about 2 o'clock where y'all at, maybe even later than that. What are y'all doing up? Why are y'all up? I wasn't even expecting nobody to hit this live. I thought I was just gonna be talking to myself. Shoot. Like, what the heck? That dude Cap said he was going on, oh, you on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm in Cali. Yep, yep. I am in Cali, so it's not that late. You said I am 2 a.m. Central from Memphis. Okay, Memphis. I want to go to Memphis. I definitely want to go. I love food, right? That's probably why I'm fat. Don't judge me. But is it Memphis or aren't they known for like their barbecue? My blood sugar dropped and woke me up. Oh shoot. So in that like what do you do in that situation? You have to like eat some candy or drink some orange juice. What you got to do? I saw you in controller room often. Who is that? Who is controller? Who is that? James said I was sleeping. Got the notification. I was dreaming about Goldie. Oh my God, James, you're such a simp. Hey, did you see Goldie was on Boy Stop Capping panel? Did you see her? Memphis #1 barbecue facts. Yes, that's what I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to Memphis so I can taste their barbecue because the barbecue in Cali, I'm in Los Angeles to be exact. Trash. Hey, Looney said he is 2 a.m. and he in Alabama. I want to go to Alabama too, but I heard in Alabama you can't make no wrong turns. And honestly, after what I just experienced on a YouTube platform with some white racist old people, I don't want to come to Alabama and have to experience nothing like that. Cause we got racist people out in Cali, but not to the extent of like you know hillbillies and rednecks to where they wearing they cowboy hats and walking around with rifles and stuff. I don't have to deal with that here, but I want to go to Alabama too. Hey, tickle me diabetes. Yeah, that's just for you. Here for the tea set. I had to eat something with carbs or sugar. Okay, okay. James said drink a Coke or drink some orange juice. Orange juice. I know. I definitely know about the orange juice. If you ever come by, I'll treat you. All right, facts. On me, hold me to it. I will definitely do that. Hey, follow me on Instagram, SL Cheapo. Same way. Okay, you have some orange juice. That sounds good. Looney, hey Looney, have you ever had an experience like that where you made a wrong turn and you possibly ended up, or the right? Yeah, I mean you from there, so you know what areas not to go into. Like me, I would be coming as a tourist, and so like I couldn't imagine turning down the wrong street, and then you see like a whole gang of white folks coming out their house, like, what you doing here, girl? Oh, you saw Goldie on the panel. Did it make you wet a little bit? I've had one of my lady friends, her husband and son came by and we all went out to eat with my son too. I kept my word. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, well you from Memphis, so you know all the good food places, I'm sure. So yeah, follow me on Instagram. Whenever I come down there, I'm gonna hit you up like, hey, remember when? Girl, when I saw the picture I laughed so hard. Oh my God. Looney said we still have Klansmen in certain parts of the state, but not here in Birmingham. Okay, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I would have to go to Birmingham. That's where I'm safe at. Like, tell me where I'm not safe. James said it's just like some points of Dallas I want to go to. Now, James, listen, I went to Houston last summer, and there was this Nike store that I wanted to go to, right? Now, I went to go visit my cousin and her husband because she moved from Cali to Houston because she got married. So, I went out to go see her house or whatever. And so I wanted to go to this Nike store, but her husband, like, he was born and raised in Houston. Like, I guess it was a part, the Nike store was in a part where he didn't feel comfortable going. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, we can't go? Like, why? And so he ended up taking me, but it looked like he was nervous. Like, he was driving and sweating, and I was feeling so bad. I wanted to tell the man, please turn around because you making me scared. Like, I didn't know what we was going to run into. So we get to the Nike store, and shoot, they had some of the best customer service I ever experienced. So I don't know. It was right off the freeway. So we literally went there and got right back on the freeway. They was not playing. Uh, so I know it's some racism still in Texas for sure. Um, Looney, wow, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. So here for the T sis. You don't experience racism in Dallas? James said, oh, when you come to Dallas, Texas, they do you like that in Highland Park. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a memory note of that. They mostly in the country parts, not the metro area. James said I got very hot. I don't know why I don't be like hitting the little things. Hey, here for the thesis. I hope you feel better. Yes, I hope that orange juice made you feel better, and that you get a good night's rest. You said Mexicans run Texas. You know what? I think that's where one of them racist white men were from, because he said he lived on the border of Mexico, and he was complaining about how like the illegal immigrants be crossing the border, and they be hiding like I guess somewhere like by his house, and they was like eating his livestock and stuff because they was hungry and so poor is a Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, South Dallas, West Dallas. You don't play around. Wait. And so poor is a Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, Dallas, West, Dallas. If you don't play, okay, I'm assuming you just saying don't go to those areas. Here for the T said, sis said, people know not to try me. I check folks real bad. Period. Some parts of some parts of Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, West Dallas, East Dallas, you do not go. Okay, so I want to go to Dallas, and I like I told here for the T, I only want to go to Dallas low key because that's where my internet pastor is, TD Jakes. And when I told here for the T that here for the T that she was like, oh heck nah. I guess she had an experience when she went to that church or whatever because I'm I think she said something about the people with the big money only get to sit at the bottom of the church, and if you don't have no money, then they take you to the balcony. But I want to go to Dallas for that reason. I love TD Jakes. I mean, I don't know him like probably because he in y'all city, so y'all probably know a little more about him than I do. But his messages be everything. Loretto got all the dope. They are the plug for the southern region. Looney said, DM. Here for the Tisa said, I do not tolerate racism. It does something to my soul. Yes, it's here though. Yeah, you know what? It definitely does something to my soul as well. My mom. So the other day I went to the museum. Well, it was like a museum that talked about the Holocaust and what the Jews went through in those concentration camps and things of that nature with Hitler. And so when I told my mom that I had left there, she was like, "How come you didn't go to a black museum?" And I'm like, "Ma, like, why is it wrong to go learn about other people and what other people went through? Like, like I know what our folks went through, and although I got sad and I got sad for what happened with the people, the Jews. I get angry at what happened to our folks. So, like, yeah, I didn't want to be angry. I just, Jake's all about the money. Oh, man. Don't say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, TD Jakes. Yes, he has a word. I don't care what nobody says. They do have their favorites, though. Listen, TD Jakes, he definitely has a word. That man be having me about to cry every single time I listen to his message. I love that man. That's definitely my internet pastor. Um, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Oh my god. Uh, Laredo, Texas is the border of Mexico, and Texas is at the bottom. That's mainly where the Mexicans sneak in at. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Even when they sneak in, man, that journey is just hectic. Like they really, really are trying to escape some. I mean, because I've been to Mexico before. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Mexico, and you see the conditions that they live in, and they make very little money, and they just trying to get to a place where I guess life is better, and what they go through trying to get over here is crazy. Like I was watching this one documentary, and like it's like it was like these two parts to it. So like they get you to a safe house, and when they get you to the safe house, you got to pay money. So first off, you got to pay money, and then when you get to this other part, you got to pay more money. And if you don't have money to pay these people, I don't know if this was like the cartels or what, but if you don't have money to pay these people, like if you're a woman, they would like pimp you out, and you would have to basically be a sex slave until you paid your debt. And it's like, how do you know how long that is, or what's required? Like, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, so you could be a sex slave for 7 years trying to get to the dang U.S. James is a mess. He is a whole mess. You said the Holocaust was a hoax? Why you say that? It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me type that in separate words. Laugh out loud. Google be protecting them. Oh my God. Why you say that? I've heard that too, Huggy. My first YouTube beef was versus a back in 2016. Haha. Nah, for real. Why do you think that? Yeah, they are. They are also very hard workers, hustlers, majority of the time. Yeah, facts. Man, they be coming out here getting money, sending money back to their people, um, and building houses and stuff. Looney said, "Wow, why are you saying wow, Looney? It's a whole conspiracy theory, cheapo. You think so? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tickle me, diabetes. I don't know. That's like me saying I wasn't there, so shit. I don't know. But that's like me saying that slavery was a conspiracy theory. Like I'm not gonna take that away from what the people went through, man. I how oh man, nah, I can't. I think it really happened. James, good night. I'm going back to sleep so I can dream about Goldie. Oh my god. I proved it 100%, and he never refuted nothing. Just name call. He was one of my biggest supporters and instantly hated me. And I would love to hear I want to hear your points or what you had to say about it. No, I've heard conspiracy theories about the Holocaust. Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear what y'all got to say about that part. How they get the money in the safe? How they get the money in the safe house? I don't too. La, 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 la. I got braces, y'all, so I'm sorry. How they get money in the safe houses? Yeah, yeah. Diabetes said, "Why are you up, Diabetes? What time is it in Canada?" I don't know too much about it. I've heard some theories about it though. I'm gonna have to look that up and see what they saying about it. Cause I ain't gonna hold you like that whole little situation. Like I watch all kind of documentaries about it, and I'd be so sad. I really hated what happened to the folks. Yeah, Looney, why are you up? Why is everybody up? Oh, your baby is teething. Oh man, that's terrible. Ooh, child, that's one of the worst times of going through as a mother. Yeah, it's definitely sad, man. It is definitely sad. So I ain't gonna lie, I left there a little way down. Cause like it was like real artifacts there, like real uniforms that the prisoners wore. Like one of the jumpsuits, the man had created like a hole and like an extra pocket where he could like hide and store food because they didn't really feed him. I think they fed him like once a day or something, or they fed him like soup or it was yeah not a lot and a piece of bread or something. You say you always up till 3 or 4. Man, sleep is like the most important. Like you need sleep, sleep and water. What's the weather like where y'all at? Because it has been extremely hot in Los Angeles. I think just in California, period. We done got a heat wave. We not used to this kind of weather. I had to go get my AC fixed in the car. Yes. Have you seen the boy in the striped pajamas? Yes, I have. It's so sad. Yeah, I have seen that. Oh yeah, that was so sad. Well, that was on Netflix, right? I think it was on Netflix, but yeah, I seen it. Have you ever seen the Schindler's List? I think that's what made me intrigued about the whole Holocaust situation because in school, I can't remember if it was high school or middle school or elementary, one of the two, one of the three. They showed us the movie The Schindler's List, and that always stuck with me, and it caused me to want to learn more about the situation. 72 in Dallas, that's not bad. Shoot. We seeing 100, 104, 107. It's like miserably hot. I'm not used to that. And we don't have, a lot of the old buildings don't have central air conditioning. So we just over here suffering. And I live upstairs. It's hot. And Frank is what made me interested. I read the book in middle school. Oh yes, that was the young lady that was hiding in the people with the family. They hid her and her family. Was it in the attic or something, or they hid the family somewhere? I seen that they had a movie about it, and she wrote in the diary. Yeah, that was sad because they ended up finding them, and I think they killed them if I wasn't mistaken. It's 72 now. Laugh out loud. It will be 100 in the daytime. Oh, okay, yeah, and see, y'all got that humid weather. Like I'm telling you, I couldn't. I don't know if it's the same as Houston, but I could not breathe in Houston. I took my kids to the Houston Zoo. Man, I almost died. Yeah, she was in the attic. Mhm. And they finally got caught, and all of them died. Yep. Mhm. Oh shoot! I actually turned my camera on. My bad. But yeah, they finally got caught, and all of them died. So they had a section. If you check out like my last video, I go around and I show all the artifacts from the Nazis and all of that. Then they had this one section that they kind of did a tribute to people like the family that hid Anne Frank. It was like a lot of families that stuck their neck out to try to protect the Jews. Some families or whatever. It's this one. I can't remember where I watched it at. I don't know if it was on Hulu or what, but wait, it was a movie, and it was about these they owned a zoo, and they were hiding Jews in the zoo, trying to keep them from going through um the whole concentration camps and stuff. So that was a pretty interesting movie too, man. Looney said we've been maxing in the lower 80s. Now you see why these YouTube trolls be having camera slips. Oh my god, man, that's definitely not bad, Looney. It's easy to hit that button. Yeah, hey, listen, for real. Yeah, tickle me diabetes. So listen, they had a zoo. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the movie and I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna tell y'all because it was a family and they had a zoo. I want to say the zoo was like on they like behind their house or something, and so they was running this zoo, and um they was hiding Jews, and at the same time like the German people was like come. I can't remember why the German people kept coming to the zoo. I don't remember, but it was interesting. I'm gonna find it. But when this cold weather hit, I stay in the house for real. So does it snow where you guys are? So like I'm pretty sure it snows in Canada. I'm not sure. Dallas does it snow, and Alabama do it snow. Let me make sure I don't hit the camera button. Diabetes said, when it gets cold, that's when I come outside. I hate the heat. I hate the heat too. I definitely hate the heat. It is no fun being heavy and hot. I've never seen snow before, so that's definitely on my bucket list. Me and my kids are supposed to go to we supposed to go to Houston for Christmas, right? And so I started looking at plane tickets, but shoot, them plane tickets is like $700 one way. I was like, oh hell, no, no, no. It'd be nice to get away for Christmas, but shoot, we gonna be sitting right here for that. Looney said around January and February, rarely in Dallas. Dallas and Alabama and Memphis, Tennessee, it snows. Okay, heavy. Oh, you hate the summer too? Man, yeah. You have to experience the snow, cheapo. Yes, I want to experience the snow, real snow, not that fake snow. Now they do have a part out here that has snow, right? They call it Big Bear. Have you ever heard of it? But in order to get there, you have to like go up a mountain. Like you have to drive up a mountain. And from my understanding, the road is real narrow. So I don't like to drive, let alone drive up mountains. Like I think my anxiety would be to the roof. Like it's so bad. Like you have to get these special chains put on your car at the bottom of the mountain to drive up there. So that's why I ain't never been. Wow, never touched snow, fam. Never. Only the fake snow they be making out here. Plane tickets are higher than before C-19. You think so? I'm about to go to Costa Rica, and I only paid, man, all together for the whole trip, 882. So I just think it's like the time of the year. I know that has a lot to do with it. Because usually Southwest, they have some really great deals, especially going to Texas. But that 23rd, yeah, they was like, you about to pay some money. January is the worst there. Oh my God. Do you be driving in the snow, Diabeto? They got to make that airline money back. Mm-hmm. Once upon a time, round trip to Boston, April 2020 was 175. Wow. You ain't gonna see that price no more. No, you should go to the Ice Hotel in Montreal. Man, that sounds beautiful. But you know where I want to go? I want to go to freaking uh dang, one of my homeboys is there right now. Uh the Maldives. Is that how you say it? It is so beautiful, man. The water is freaking clear. They like freaking in some like some little tents or something on top of the water. Like it's epic. Yeah, you have to have special tires. It's 435 today, and that 175 was booted up to first class. Wow. Yes, I swerved and almost crashed. Oh my God. Yeah, see, I can't. It's tricky trying to drive in rain. I can't imagine trying to drive in the snow. Here for the T sis says she wants to go to Greece. Okay. You know what? I've never thought about that. Going to Greece. That would be interesting. What makes you want to go there? Like why there? And everybody else, like what is like one of your like ideal destinations like to travel that you've never gone but would love to go to? Where and why? I'm gonna tell y'all, I want to go to to Venice, Italy. That's like my ideal destination. And why is because I've always wanted to ride on the gondola, like a real one, not the little fake one they got in Las Vegas, but ride on the real gondola with the little Italian man singing. Tickle Me Diabetes said the Dominican Republic for her. It's so beautiful and so colorful. And that's different, not I mean not a lot of people say they want to go to Greece. A lot of people be wanting to go to like the places that everybody want to go to. So Greece, that's lit. And Looney said, I will never get in a plane or a ship. Man, what the heck, Looney? Why is that, bro? Like, you gotta go live life. Like, it's a lot out there. Now, look, I ain't never been on a ship before, but I do want to go. Titanic kind of messed me up. I ain't even gonna hold you. But when it comes to planes, like I love to travel. I love traveling. But the first part of the plane ride, the taking off, it scares the living daylights out of me. Like I literally have to have my gospel music playing in my ear, and like my heart be beating fast. Like, 'cause if you've ever been on a plane before, you know that the plane drive around, the airport until it's time to get on that lane where it takes off, right? So that whole little moment, like I be just, whew, I be sweating and everything. And then when you take off, that's the scary part for me. I think my nerves calm down when we be all the way in the air and you could take your seatbelt off. Even though anything could happen any time of the flight. But that first takeoff part is what scares the living daylights out of me. Like I be scared like we gonna take off and then like it'd be like some kind of malfunctioning or something and then we just come falling down or something. They said why not, Looney? He said feet on solid ground. He said he ain't going out like that. Here for the T sister and Looney Tune. I'm so scared of planes and boats in real life. Wait, so you never been nowhere, sis? Well, you never been on a plane or a boat? Or are you just scared of them? Tickle Me Diabetes said, I won't get on a ship because I don't know what's deep down in the water. Man, listen, I love sharks. That's a fun fact, okay? I am so intrigued by sharks, like to the point I don't even know how to swim, y'all. But I want to get in one of those cages that they put you in like the scuba dive gear, and you get the little oxygen tank, and then they drop you in the cage, and then the shark swims around. The great white shark swims around it. I want to do that, but when it comes to a ship, and if something happens to that ship, and then it starts sinking, and then you know you don't die instantly, but you be hanging onto a board like Jack was on Titanic. Like that's tough. And you've been on the plane twice and you was scared. Yeah, it's a scary thing. My cousin, she get on planes like it ain't nothing. She just get on there and go to sleep. I'm like, bro, I can't. And look, they was telling me like here, the last trip I went to, they had me drinking before we got on the plane. That was the worst thing ever. I felt like the drinking made me even more panicky. Like it didn't calm me down. It made me more scared. I was holding on to the arm of the seat for dear life during takeoff. Yeah, man, it'd be like that. Looney Tunes said I'd be cautious in the car. Here for the Tisa says she's intrigued by lions. Okay. She says she loves to hear them roar and just look at them and study them. I'm so scared, but they are amazing. Hey, they are. That's tight. Would you touch one? Cause I'm like I told you, my homeboy before he went to the Maldives, he was in Dubai, And I don't know if you got to go to Dubai first and then catch a connecting flight to go to the Maldives. I don't know how that works. But he was in Dubai and he got videos of him petting a lion, a tiger, um, freaking holding a monkey. It was a lot. So I say all that to say, would you go and get in a cage with one and touch it? Diabetes said, I feel like Rose could have made room for Jack on that board, but I digress. You got things in the ocean big as hell whales. Listen, I was high as hell and I was underground on the subway in New York and I was scared as F. I started panicking. Wait. You was high as heck underground on the subway in New York. So you were scared to be underground on the subway? I'm trying to think, did I get on the subway when I went to New York? I don't think so. I think that was something I wanted to do, but we didn't end up doing it. You said no, I'm scared, but I love them. Okay. It was going too fast and it was dark as hell. Oh yeah. Nah, we didn't get on one. I wanted to get on one, but from some people that lived in New York, they was kind of telling me it was dangerous. So I ended up not doing it. You felt like you was in a time machine or something. Hey, I need to go back to New York. I feel like I didn't really I experienced it, but like I feel like I don't know. We stayed at the Wardolph where like if y'all ever seen Coming to America, you know that the hotel where the parents came and stayed. Um, we stayed at that hotel, which was in Manhattan, and so we ended up doing like little tours. We went to go see Showtime at the Apollo. That was cool. You said you was in Brooklyn. It was definitely an experience. I'm trying to think, did I go to Brooklyn? I know that we was on this long 7 hour tour on the bus. um I didn't get a chance to like go in the hood like and like experience it. It was like a drive by type thing. They showed us like the apartments and all of that stuff. Hey Don people, how you doing? Why you up? I asked everybody that. I remember the first time I smoked trees, I was so high I started crawling. Oh my God, listen, I ain't never had no experience like that with marijuana, but I'm gonna tell you, I had some edibles, and I don't know if you guys, if you guys have done that before or whatever, but man, so in the beginning of the year, everybody know that I had this bad breakup or whatever, and so one of my homegirls was like, "Man, you know, I couldn't sleep. It was real bad. Like, I was stressed out, y'all." And so my homegirl was like, "Man, you need to try some edibles." So she drove me to her dispensary, and we went, and I got me some candy, y'all. All right. Now, the first time I tried it, I only ate one piece of candy. And when I tell you that that piece of candy had me up at midnight baking a cake, the next morning my son woke up like, "Mama, where does cake come from?" Okay, so that was my first experience. The second experience, I sent my daughter off to her dad's, and so I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna let my hair hang down. I'm gonna eat two of them." Well, I ate one, and I'm like, "I don't feel nothing." Man, I ate another one. So I started watching the movie Final Destination, and I couldn't even get past I couldn't even watch the whole movie because like one of the scenes when somebody died, it made me sick to the stomach and I almost vomited. Like, and so after I turned that off, then I started like tripping, thinking I was about to die because the fan started making this noise. So I started looking at the fan like, what the heck is going on, right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm high. Like I need to go to sleep. So I lay down. Now, mind you, okay, my daughter gone, but my son is in the room. But he don't know what's going on, and I ain't trying to scare him, right? So I lay down, and as I'm laying down, I hear my heart beating so fast, and I'm like, oh my God. So I get up, I go get in the shower. I'm like, all right, maybe the shower is going, maybe this shower is gonna like make the high go down. Man, it didn't do nothing. I got out the shower, I put some clothes on, and I lay back in bed. My hair was wet, but it started drying up. It was like to the point where I looked like a mad woman, right? So I was like, man, let me get up and do my hair just in case I gotta call the ambulance. Cause at this point I'm scared. Like I don't know what's going on with me. I'm high. I just didn't want to be high no more. Okay. So so I get up, I do my hair, and I try to lay back down and go to sleep. So I'm like, man, like I'm hearing voices, right? This is how I know this stuff wasn't for me. I'm hearing voices that's telling me to go outside. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, so I put on some gospel music, right? Because I'm like, man, this is the devil. So I put on some gospel music or whatever. And then I start feeling convicted by putting the gospel music on. So I hurried up and turned that off because now I'm in a really bad place. Like, just mentally. Like, I'm about to cry and some more stuff because I'm like, oh, God. So I called my homegirl and I'm like, hey, I need you to come over here. Now, mind you, it's like the middle of the morning, like midnight. She like, what's wrong? And I'm like, girl, I ate two of them edibles and like I don't trust myself. Like I keep hearing voices that's telling me to do stuff. And my homegirl was like, man, just go to sleep. Like she laughing and I'm like, nah, I'm not playing. Like I really need you to come over here. So she like, all right, I'm gonna call you back. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I hang up the phone and I'm sitting on the couch waiting on her to call back or whatever. And I'm so nervous, like I'm thinking I'm about to like walk outside and like, disappear, I don't know. I don't know. So I called my cousin. My cousin is all the way in Texas. What the heck was she gonna do? I call her, wake her up. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning where she at. She like she was so nervous, uh like like call. She told me to call my other homegirl that I had called initially. So I'm like, all right. So I called her, and she like, hey, I'm here. So my homegirl came in the house or whatever, and she thugged it out with me, man. She sat there with me for a couple of hours until it started going down. She was like, hey, I'm leaving at 4 o'clock. And so I looked at the time. It was like 3:30. I'm like, dang man, let me hurry up and try to go to sleep. Like, cause I thought like if she left, I was gonna start tripping again. But by the time she left or whatnot, like I think the high had went on down. But man, listen, when I woke up the next morning, I threw that stuff in the trash. I instantly. I had people telling me I should have gave it to them. I'm like, I wouldn't get that to nobody. Like, I wouldn't want nobody to experience what I experienced with them things. It was that bad. And I hope the smokers didn't go through the trash can and retrieve them. That's how bad it was. Looney said I was nervous when we went in the caves in Tennessee, but it was beautiful. My first time hotboxing was a bad experience for me. Oh my God, that's what made me crawl. Hotboxing. Oh my God, Looney, I'd be super nervous. Looney Tune said, my first time I heard everything clearly, birds and ish. When I laid back, it was like I was on a merry-go-round. Yes, I've been there. I was in the bathroom looking in the mirror like, God, please, I don't want to be high anymore. Man, oh my God, me too. I couldn't take it. You just need a half of one. I listen. I ain't doing that ever again. I'm cool. I've came to the conclusion that my mental health is not the best for that kind of activity, because like I said, I was in a bad place, like just going through this whole breakup. I was like just so sad and down and depressed. Like I'm telling you, I'm not even telling y'all everything that I heard the voices telling me to do. It was that bad, to the point where, like I said, I was scared to be by myself because I couldn't even trust myself. I didn't know if I was going to harm myself, because that's what the voices was telling me to do. The voices was telling me to literally harm myself. That's why it was so serious for me, you know? And that's why I called my homegirl over. And I definitely didn't want my son to experience me wilding out like that. So he said, I'm happy he never came out of his room. He never seen none of it or whatever. So yeah, I'm telling you, I know. It's some people that some people do drugs and it mess with their psyche, man, and they never come back. Oh, that was another thing I was thinking about too. Like, man, what if I don't come back from this? Like, what if I go crazy? Like, all of that stuff was going through my head. So, yeah, for the sake of me and my kids, I would never do that ever again. It's not that serious. I have a drink or so, so that having a drink, it don't take me to that place. That was a dark place that them edibles took me to. I heard that the homemade edibles are not to be trusted all the time. The milligrams be off. You know what? I mean, I don't know where they made this stuff at. The dispensary was real nice. I mean, it was like real. It was like legit. It was a really nice dispensary. No lie. So I mean, I don't know where they manufactured this stuff at. I don't know if they sprinkled an extra little something on there. I don't know, but it had me wilding out. But I'm kind of happy I experienced it because it kind of gave me um, a brief understanding as to what people that I'm going to be potentially working with in the field, like potential clients that are on drugs, like what they've experienced, or the for. I mean, I'm pretty sure that edibles don't have nothing on what crack might do, but just the fact that I had something that took me to a place where it was like, what the heck, you know. I honestly don't know how people sit and smoke crack, but they do it. And from my understanding, once you smoke the first time, like you never get that high ever again. That's why they call it chasing the dragon. It's like these people are chasing that first high that they get, and I'm referring to crack, that is. But they never get that first high that they got the first time. And I heard that from real life smokers too. Looney said, "I do, friend. She cried her first time, yelling she finna die. We was scared as f." Listen, when I was probably like 20, I did ecstasy for the first time, and I was with my son's dad at the time, and we were safe in the house or whatever with his family or whatnot. And so I was like, well, I'll do it, but I'll only do half of a pill. So I didn't take the whole pill. So I did half of a pill, man. That crap had me tripping. Like, it had me crip walking. I thought I was a gangbang. Like, I was up like cousin people, and then next thing you know, I was like so high that I told them like I need to call the ambulance, and they start screaming like no. Then I threw up. But yeah, so never again. I never did that ever again either, because that was terrible. And later on down the line, you study and learn that that stuff has everything, a whole gang of stuff in it. Man, the things we do when we young. I think in edibles, the CBD content has to be balanced with the THC content. Otherwise, you'll have a bad experience. Well, they don't have to worry about me trying it ever again. That's why I feel the old school puff puff is the best way. Right. Hey, what's up, Beefcake? Tickle me diabetes said. Hey, did you feel sexy when you did a cheapo? Absolutely not. I felt like a creep. Hey, I was walking around that mug like, hey, cuz, like, what's up, creep? Crip walking and all kind of stuff. So I was on some gangster stuff, like, and then it did, like I tell you, it did the opposite. Like, now I do remember, me and my baby daddy getting it in after I finally kind of settled down from it. um, but I mean, it wasn't like, I'm trying to remember, was it like, you know what though? And I ain't even gonna hold you. 7 people in here. I probably shouldn't say this because I think that's the first time I ever like did the whole anal thing. So I mean, maybe it makes you freaky. I don't know. It didn't make me feel sexy. It made me feel like I was a gangbanger. Listen, it didn't have me like on the movies where the white girls take it and they be in the club with the strobe light and they be like rubbing on their face and their chest and stuff. No, it didn't have me feeling like that. I felt far from that. From my understanding, whatever mood you take it in, it enhances that particular mood. So, for the life of me, I'm a little sick, y'all. I'm about to take me some NyQuil too. Listen, this whole time I have yet to catch the C19. So anytime I start coughing or anything, I get to taking tests. Thank God it's always been negative, man. I don't know what y'all. I don't at this point. I don't know what y'all laughing at, but I'm pretty sure I said something that was funny. Uh huh. Hey, Beefcake Looney, y'all ever tried ecstasy before? You can tell the truth. It's a safe spot in here. Looney, you look like you probably tried a few things. You look like you what's the word I could say? Not explore, experimental. Like it looked like Tickle Me Diabetes said my mom did acid before and she said little gnomes were peeking around the corner flashing lights at her. Oh my god. Oh yeah, nah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to do nothing that got me seeing stuff like that. So in Canada, Diabeto, what what drugs are like prominent out there? Even in Alabama, what is like something that people are really doing out there? Beefcake, I don't know where you located at. And then here for the T sis, like what drugs are really like, I mean, I know marijuana, like I ain't gotta say that. But I'm saying like something that's really hitting y'all neighborhoods that's like affecting people. Like what's the drug of choice? She was sitting there laughing. Man, she handled that well. 19 half split one. 19 and a half, you split one between your cousin and this girl. Never tried it again. Okay, so you did a half of one like me. Okay. All the white girls here do coke, cheapo. Okay, so coke is like a quote on, they try to say that's like a rich people's drug, so they think it's cool. Okay, I worked with a girl who was addicted to acid. She said it took her to another world. Man, I was 19. Oh, y'all split one three ways. Okay. Oh, Beefcake, you in New York. Okay, I just got through talking about New York. What part of New York? I stayed in Manhattan when I went. Job at choice out here. Drug of choice out there is cocaine. Okay, so Tickle Me Diabetes said that the white girls do coke, and Beefcake said that they do cocaine out there as well. Now, do they do crack cocaine, or are they sniffing the powder like the white girls in Canada? Because you know it's a difference. They try to make it a difference. Coke is coke, but you know what happens when they add the baking soda and whatever else they put up in there. Mainly green, X pills. It's a lot of coke and meth heads out here too. Okay, so people out there do meth. Okay, it's dope and cocaine. Okay, yeah, same here, beefcake. Dang. Okay, so do y'all have like homeless people, like smokers and stuff that that like live on the streets and push baskets and stuff in Canada? They do too much out here. Green is enough for me, and it's not a drug; it's medicine. Snorting coke, snorting the cocaine here, but be careful; it might be laced with fentanyl. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people are dying over overdosing on fentanyl because they think that they only doing cocaine, and really these drug people are cutting it with fentanyl, which is strong, and they trying to make it, a little powerful to keep the people coming back. But heck, if they dead, how they gonna come back? It's definitely a lot of people out here dying from fentanyl, and fentanyl is addictive. I mean, all of it is, but it's really addictive. Yeah, it's really bad. I'm in school right now to be a drug counselor. So right now we talking about dual diagnosis, dealing with folks that have mental health disorders as well as substance use disorders. Is this a real thing? Um, Looney Tunes said that fentanyl got these Negroes out here brain dead. Yes, it is definitely affecting people in a negative way. The oldest people in New York live in subways. Okay, that's how my cousin and her husband died. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. They left 6 kids behind. My God. Whew. I'm sorry to hear that. Here for the T sis said, what is fentanyl? So, so fentanyl is like it's actually I believe a pain medication, and they they I want to say they initially they used it as like a. Have you ever heard of like lidocaine? Like they used to use it as like patches to put on like areas of your body that you were dealing with pain. But yes, it's for pain. That's a good question. Is it an up or a downer? Yeah, seal the fentanyl patch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so they started like taking the man, like the way they be getting these drugs, man, be crazy. They would get it out of the they would get it out of the patches. But I'm trying to think, is it a form like a pill? Do they have like a pill form, or is it like like an injection that they give at the hospital? I know it's medicinal. It's used for medical purposes, but oh yeah, see, they take the patch and cut it open to get the fentanyl out. Yep, that's what I thought. hmm And it's really really strong. It's really strong. It's definitely medicinal. Yeah, it is definitely, but it's bad. Now, I'm trying to think. I know fentanyl. They have something also called carfentanil. Have you heard of that? I wonder, is the carfentanil, is that the tranquilizer? I can't look it up because I'm on my phone. But it's 109, so that means it's 3 o'clock in Houston. I mean in Dallas, which means I don't know what time it is in Canada. I keep on saying that. Did your baby go back to sleep yet? Or is she still a little irritable? What are you giving her? You giving her Tylenol or anything? Those years is hectic. I was looking at some videos from Philly, and it looks like a zombie land out there. It's sad. Yeah, it's hitting a lot of these streets. It is definitely hitting a lot of these streets. Oh, yeah, okay. She's asleep now. You gave her some baby Tylenol. Okay. Well, girl, get you some rest, man, while your baby is asleep. Because you don't know, she could wake up 2 or 3 hours later, hollering and screaming in pain. So while she sleep, you go ahead and get you some rest, diabetes. All right, it's here for the T say Elmo, and here for the T sis. I hope you get a good night's rest as well. I'm about to go ahead and sign it on out. My baby finally went to sleep. I'm drinking some Nyquil and going to bed. So I thank y'all for coming on. I don't know if y'all was in, oh yeah, I think y'all wasn't here earlier on when I was ranting about the racist white people. But y'all definitely took my mind off of that because I was really really perturbed about it. Um, but yeah, thank y'all for stopping by and just chilling, talking. I see y'all around.